Tom Brady has won 6 Super Bowls and 3 MVPs. He is widely known as one of the greatest of all time, but now in his 20th season in the league, the narrative of his performance is beginning to change.
Tom Brady's just about done.
The Bengals, every time they get the ball, have more success yardage-wise than the Patriots.
He is going to fall off a cliff.
Nothing bothers me more than when people say Tom Brady's playing badly this year.
I have never seen Tom Brady hold on to the football more in my life, praying somebody is getting open.
Brady isn't good right now.
You got a 42-year-old quarterback who looks like it.
This man is 42 years old.
At 42 years old, Brady is seeing a decline in play, and that's exactly what we're discussing today. There are plenty of reasons for and against his decline, which we will go over, as well as doing some film analysis on the Patriots' 2 losses this regular season, a Week 9 loss at the Ravens and a Week 13 loss to the Texans. This is the Tom Brady Decline Debate. Is it real or not? If you plan on going to any events coming up, make sure you use SeatGeek to purchase your tickets. SeatGeek makes ticket buying easy by giving you a 1 to 10 score and even gives you a view of your seat.
You can use our code JDP at checkout to get $20 off your first purchase. Again, make sure to use SeatGeek when buying tickets and use code JDP at checkout for $20 off your first purchase. Let's get right back to the video.
Before we do a deep dive into the decline debate, let's quickly recap Tom Brady's rise to the top of NFL history. Tom Brady was a 2-year starter at Michigan, where his numbers did not light the world on fire, but he did one thing well consistently: win. Brady led the Wolverines to a 20-5 record, a Citrus Bowl victory, and an Orange Bowl victory over his 2 seasons starting. His physical stature wasn't anything amazing. He ran a very bad 5.24 40-yard dash, a time that is last among current starting quarterbacks. He wasn't a physical freak and didn't put up amazing numbers. Not even the film could have told you that Brady was worth more than the 199th pick in the 6th round of the 2000 NFL Draft, where the New England Patriots selected him. In his second season, Patriots starter Drew Bledsoe went down with an injury, and Brady stepped in to take over the starting role. Even in that 2001 season, Brady didn't put up good numbers. He threw 18 touchdowns to 12 interceptions, but he did what he does best: win. The Patriots started 0-2 under Bledsoe and went on to win the Super Bowl over the favored Rams. That was just the beginning of the Tom Brady era in New England. Brady has won MVP 3 times and has been to the Pro Bowl 14 times, but again, there's one thing he does better than anyone else: win. Brady has played in a league record 9 Super Bowls and won 6 of them. He's played in 3 of the last 4 Super Bowls and is part of the greatest dynasty in league history. Brady has never been the guy to put up ridiculous numbers and isn't close to the most physically talented quarterback ever. But he works harder than anyone, and whether it's because of him, his coach, or his team, there's no denying that he wins. The era of Tom Brady is coming to a close. It may not be this year, and it may not end with the Patriots, but it's coming soon. Brady is 42 years old, and there are plenty of things pointing to the end of his career. It's time to debate the real question everyone is wondering: is Tom Brady really declining? And if so, how fast? Has Tom Brady declined? Of course he has. That isn't some crazy take, it's a fact. The question is, how much has he declined, and if it's rapid? It's not a secret. Brady is 42 years old, and not even the TB12 method can stop someone from aging. You know what they say: Father Time is undefeated. The real question is if he is rapidly declining this season and dropping off the metaphorical cliff that the media loves to talk about. Brady is missing throws, and it's clear he doesn't display the same talent he did in years prior. Age is a major factor of decline among professional athletes, and it may have finally caught up to one of the greatest to play, but can his team pick up the slack and push him back to the Super Bowl? Let's take a look at the film. As stated, Brady has missed more throws in 2019 than previously and has certainly made more errors. In the 2 games I analyzed, one of the worst plays was in the first quarter of the Patriots' loss to the Ravens. It's a simple pass to James White, a pass he's made 1,000 times that Bill Belichick loves to scheme up. Brady drops back and tries to deliver an easy throw to an uncovered White in the flat, but way overthrows him. Later in the game, he badly misses Sony Michel on an easy comeback. His inaccuracy isn't always present, but it is more than past seasons. With the Patriots down late in the Ravens game, he delivered another bad pass to Mohamed Sanu that should have been picked off. Brady threw the ball well behind Sanu and got away with one when Josh Bynes couldn't snag it. 2 plays later, Brady overthrew Sanu for an interception. Early in the loss to the Texans, Brady had a wide open Philip Dorsett in the end zone on 3rd and goal. He delivered a throw that sailed way over Dorsett's head, and they were forced to kick a field goal. Breaking down the stats, Brady has clearly declined, at least on a statistical level. Brady's quarterback rating, a measurement that has been calculated since 2006, is 52.1, the worst of his career. To give some context, Ryan Fitzpatrick has a 60 QBR this season, and Matthew Stafford has a 73.1. Brady's 52.1 is 0.3 points lower than Jameis Winston, who has already thrown 20 interceptions this season. Tom Brady has a 61.1% completion rate, which ranks 27th this season. And his 6.7 yards per attempt is the 2nd lowest of his career. Brady is well known for his skill in the clutch, but with just 4 games remaining in 2019, he doesn't have a single 4th quarter comeback or game-winning drive. It could potentially be his first season without a game-winning drive in his career. Statistically, Brady has definitely declined, with age more than likely being a cause, but that's not the only reason. A big narrative towards the Patriots this season is that Brady hasn't had a good enough offensive line. This idea is wrong. Brady has been sacked 21 times, the 7th least of all teams, 1 more than the Saints and 2 more than the Chiefs. His line isn't bad, it's just another excuse needed to explain his poor play. He has been sacked more than 30 times, 7 times in his career, a feat that he's not likely to hit in 2019. His line isn't bad. Stop letting the media tell you otherwise. The Patriots' biggest issue this season has been their offense. The defense has been the strength and is the main reason why they sit at 10-2 through 13 weeks of the season. The NFL has adapted over time to a game that Brady has adapted to over seasons, but as the league changes, Brady might not be able to keep up. Offensive scoring is a major thing in the league now, with the play from quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. Teams score a ton of points, and if the Patriots defense can't contain a quarterback like Watson in week 13, it'll be tough to win. The Patriots will struggle and more than likely lose a game if they're required to lean on their offense over their defense. If the Patriots don't return to the Super Bowl this season, I believe this will be the main contributing factor. Brady is in a decline. It's just a question of how fast. Everyone knows he's declining. The ones that don't want to believe it are the ones who don't want to accept it. But there is a case to be made that he isn't the full reason for the decline of play and that the Patriots could still return to the Super Bowl. Brady has played alongside some elite pass catchers like Randy Moss and Wes Welker over his tenure with the Patriots. This year, he's had arguably his worst receiving class. Tight end Rob Gronkowski retired after last season, leaving a huge hole that the Patriots were left to fill, but they didn't. For the first time in the Belichick era in New England, the Patriots used a first-round pick on wide receiver N'Keal Harry. Harry was supposed to be the team's saving grace at receiver, but suffered an injury and has accumulated just 28 yards in 3 games. The Patriots signed Antonio Brown following his departure from Oakland, but quickly had to let him go after he was accused of rape. The Patriots then waived Josh Gordon in October and soon after traded for Mohamed Sanu from the Falcons. Over 4 games, he's averaged just 30 yards a game and scored once. Brady doesn't have a good supporting cast, and teams have figured out how to stop them. Double team Julian Edelman, the team's only true threat aside from pass-catching running back James White. Philip Dorsett is a former first-round bust. Jacoby Myers is an undrafted free agent, and the team has cycled through tight ends this season. The cast isn't there. Let's take a look at the film. The Patriots receiving core is worse than previous years, with the exemption of Julian Edelman. This has resulted in a lot of bad drops that have ended drives and cost the Patriots on the offensive side of the ball. The departure of Rob Gronkowski and the circus of tight ends has more than likely been the biggest problem. Late against the Ravens, Brady delivers a throw deep to Ben Watson, who just couldn't handle it. That is the seam route that Brady and Gronkowski would connect on all the time. Recent acquisition Mohamed Sanu was supposed to bring stability to the position, but has also struggled with drops. Against the Texans, Brady finds Sanu, who is wide open but just can't hang on. But this wasn't his only drop of the game. On a crucial 4th down in the 3rd quarter, Brady hits Sanu, who has the ball right in his hands but just can't hang on again. The tight end issues continue on the next drive, and what was the worst drop of all? Matt Lacoste is wide open at the 10-yard line and drops an easy pass. Drops that were rare in the past have become common. Despite the lack of receiver talent and talent on offense as a whole, the Patriots may still return to the Super Bowl, and here's why. Brady has been blessed to play under head coach Bill Belichick. Brady isn't asked to go out and make crazy throws like Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. He isn't super talented like some other quarterbacks, but he's smarter and his offense is schemed better. He's clutch, and while he hasn't won games on his own this season, he hasn't lost them the game either. He simply takes what the defense gives him and doesn't have to make many strenuous throws. He rarely has in his career. The offense is a mastermind scheme by Belichick, and Brady just has to deliver throws to open wide receivers more than most quarterbacks do. There are thousands of examples of Brady making easy throws. That's what Belichick does best. Let's take a look at the film and showcase a few prime examples of some easy throws created by the Patriots' offensive minds. The Patriots utilize screens to James White regularly, and with the Patriots down 17-0 to the Ravens, he gains 16 yards and gets a 1st down on a play that required minimal skill from Brady. Later in the quarter, Brady finds a wide open Sanu shortly downfield who runs to gain a 1st down. A short pass play where the receiver creates some separation, something we see often from New England. The longest offensive play of the game for the Patriots against the Texans was a long 44-yard pass that looks really good for Brady on the stat book. The film says otherwise. The pass is an easy 15-yard pass to Edelman, who has nobody around him and uses his legs to get 44 yards. Late in the game, Brady picks up 36 yards on a pass, but again, the film shows it wasn't a difficult play to make. Brady hits White wide open, who runs and gains 36 yards after the short dump off. On the other side of the ball, a stellar defense can overcome bad quarterback play, as we've seen in the past. The Patriots' defense is truly elite, giving up the 2nd least points per game behind the 49ers. Stephon Gilmore, Devin McCourty, Dante Hightower, and Jamie Collins. The defense is good, and a good defense can lead a struggling quarterback to the playoffs. In 2015, Peyton Manning struggled, throwing 17 interceptions to just 9 scores in his final regular season. But his Von Miller-led defense was dominant, and in the playoffs, Manning elevated his play enough for the Broncos to go on to win the Super Bowl. Brady isn't playing nearly as bad as he was in 2015, and just needs to make sure he doesn't lose the Patriots any games. He doesn't necessarily have to be the reason they win them. Brady isn't known for his regular season accolades because they aren't particularly close to on par with others like Peyton Manning. He's known for the playoffs and the Super Bowl. He's been to 9 Super Bowls and won 6 of them. Both are NFL records. He's the most experienced Super Bowl quarterback in league history and only has to win 2 games to get back. Brady and Belichick are the greatest duo to ever do it. There's a reason we don't underestimate them in January. He's the best postseason quarterback ever. I won't count him out in the playoffs until he's retired. He doesn't have the same consistency and talent he used to, but don't be fooled. He still has flashes of prime Brady. Let's take a look at the film and find some. Brady made 2 great plays in the 2nd quarter against the Ravens. On a 2nd and goal, Brady was pressured and escaped to extend the play and find Edelman for a 10-yard gain. Later in the quarter, Brady dropped back and found White downfield with a beautiful over-the-shoulder dime. The best pass, in my opinion, over the 2 games I analyzed. Brady doesn't often use his legs, and it's definitely not something he's known for. But against the Texans, he made his first run over 2 yards of the season. He feels pressure and escapes before running for 13 yards and sliding down. The Texans game was much worse than the score indicates. The Patriots were down 28-9 with less than 4 minutes to go, so take this next play with a grain of salt. Brady steps back and finds Edelman for a touchdown with a perfect pass, right in the hands on a rope to Edelman for the score. Brady has skill, but it is fading. Tom Brady is in the final years of his career. There are reasons for and against his current decline. I believe the decline of Brady is real, and it is visually clear when you watch him play this season. He's not the same guy in the pocket, but he's still good, and his team may have the tools to push him to another Super Bowl victory. Do you buy into the decline of Tom Brady or not? Leave a comment below and make sure to like the video and subscribe if you don't already. Remember that Brady's stats don't tell the whole story of his season, but the film will. Numbers lie, eyes don't.